the mind and heart of Generation Z, and without a doubt, such a phenomenal success has never been seen before. Emerging just a few years ago, the app designed for creating and sharing ultra-short music videos has gained such explosive popularity that by mid-2020, more than 850 million users were visiting TikTok daily, spending an average of about an hour on it. By now, it's no secret to anyone that TikTok leads in all metrics, leaving even giants like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook far behind. Many are drawn to its simplicity. After downloading the app, your phone essentially becomes a video studio, allowing users to effortlessly shoot their own videos, add filters and special effects, collect likes, and follow the creativity of others. Yet, how much do you really know about ByteDance? Sure, you've seen TikTok everywhere and might even use it yourself. But have you ever wondered how this simple Chinese video app suddenly took over the world? If you, like many, dismissed TikTok as just a cringeworthy app for kids lip-syncing and dancing, think again. In less than a decade, ByteDance has grown from a startup in a 4-bedroom apartment in China where power outages were common into a global powerhouse. It's not only transforming social media, but also influencing technology, politics, and much more. The inside story of ByteDance's rise is both inspiring and captivating. But don't be mistaken, America's tech giants are terrified of ByteDance. The real question is, should you be too? TikTok is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, founded by Jiang Yiming in 2012, which also owns a number of popular internet services. In 2018, Bloomberg recognized this startup as the most valuable in the world, even surpassing the global taxi service Uber. Jiang Yiming himself was honored as the richest businessman in the world under 40 years old. Few know that TikTok was originally created in China under the name Douyin. It became available to Chinese users in September 2016, but the global launch is considered to have taken place in 2017 and 2018. A key milestone was the acquisition of Music.ly, a Shanghai-based company with its main office in California, for $1 billion. By merging with this platform in August 2018, TikTok significantly increased its audience. By then, Musical.ly already had 90 million users, with an average of 12 million new videos being uploaded daily. Jiang Yiming, like many other billionaires, rarely speaks about his personal life, but it is known that he was born in 1983 in Fujian province to a family of ordinary government workers. His name is closely tied to a Chinese proverb that translates to "surprise everyone on the first try." In 2005, the future businessman graduated from Nankai University, where he studied microelectronics and programming. There, he met his future wife. After graduating, Jiang got a job at a startup company, his first being a travel booking platform. He started as a regular programmer, bringing sandwiches to work because he couldn't afford cafeteria food. However, after just a year, he was entrusted with managing staff, as Jiang himself once recounted. More important than the promotion, however, was that this job taught him sales skills, which he would later use at ByteDance. I remember in late 2007, I went to a client meeting with our sales director, Jiang once recalled. I sat there with my mouth open in amazement because it was the first time in my life that I learned what sales were and how to sell well. This experience greatly helped him when he opened his own company, although that was still far in the future. After several years of successful work at his first job, Jiang earned a reputation as a promising entrepreneur with a bright future. So, when he joined Microsoft, no one was surprised. At Microsoft, Jiang worked on developing a mobile app that uniquely incorporated artificial intelligence. However, by 2012, at the age of just 29, Jiang had already begun thinking about his own product. By then, he had earned his first million, and for many, that would have been enough. But Jiang understood that he had his whole life ahead of him and no longer wanted to implement others' ideas. Thus, in 2012, ByteDance was born, now valued at $75 billion and considered the most valuable private company in the world. ByteDance owns several Chinese social apps, but what's most interesting is how Jiang achieved this. The first product ByteDance released was the Toutiao app, a news aggregator. Jiang wanted to create a news platform that worked with the help of artificial intelligence and, most importantly, was independent of China's top search engine, Baidu. The core idea was that ByteDance didn't employ a single journalist. Are we more of a search engine or a social platform? We are engaged in very innovative work and are not trying to copy any American product or their technology, said Zhang. This was his first independent project. But let's step back a bit into the past and remember the app Musical.ly, which Zhang Yiming acquired a few years later. The first working name of the app was Cicada, and the platform's goal was to educate users through incredibly long 5-minute educational videos. Initially, experts and even Zhang himself believed that the idea was flawed for several reasons. First, there was a lack of audience interest, and second, it was challenging to produce content. It was very difficult to find experts and even harder to condense their thoughts into 5 minutes. Because of these issues, there were significant risks, and the history of TikTok would likely have been different. Or it may not have existed at all if Zhang hadn't had a stroke of luck one day. On his way home from a store, Zhang saw some school kids on the street goofing around to music, taking pictures and posting them online. After some reflection, he realized that there was nothing like this available, except for the familiar social networks. That's how the karaoke app was born, where users could record 15-second clips to a soundtrack and share them in a separate network. On the day of the app's official launch, it had only 500 users, mostly friends, employees, and those interested in promoting it. Naturally, the key question was how to grow the audience, and this is where Zhang's team played it smart. Every video uploaded to the app or other social networks automatically had the app's logo and website address. This way, all re-uploads on YouTube and other platforms carried the original source's mark. That's how the app attracted its first stars, such as Selena Gomez, Morgan Taylor, Jason Derulo, and many others. But Zhang didn't stop there. New features allowed users to create duets with their favorite stars. Overall, the app stood out from others that were already available, such as Facebook or Twitter. On Facebook, for example, people could write serious things during the day and share their thoughts, while in the evening, they could post short, fun scenes from their lives. On the new platform, all videos had a more lighthearted, positive, and entertaining nature. Even famous stars could appear silly or funny there, which wasn't the case on other social networks. This allowed the app to surpass 100 million users within just 1 year. Since the company was working on artificial intelligence algorithms, all recommendations were generated automatically based on user preferences. Many factors were taken into account, such as behavior, interests, and activity. The platform gradually developed, and in 2017, the app went beyond China, appearing in the United States, Europe, and, of course, Asia. In the US, more than 30 million people actively use TikTok. The video hosting platform is also popular in Turkey, Russia, Mexico, Brazil, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, France, Germany, Egypt, Italy, the UK, Spain, and Poland, with more than 5 million active users in each of these countries today. In Russian-speaking countries, the service spread through re-uploads of videos on other platforms, with thousands of compilations garnering millions of views on YouTube and reposts on Instagram. However, TikTok remains one of the most in-demand platforms for several other reasons. First, the app has brought success to many artists whose songs became viral. However, it's important to note that artists do not receive any royalties for the use of their tracks. The same applies to various memes and jokes. On August 6, 2020, Forbes released its first ranking of the highest-paid TikTok stars, with the maximum income for the 12 months from June 2019 to 2020 reaching $5 million USD. As for the TikTok logo, at first glance, it seems simple, a combined emblem that features both a graphical and textual component. But at the same time, it speaks for itself, depicting a stylized musical note. According to other sources, the letter D represents one of the sounds of music, and the entire look of the logo shouts that fun is to be had here, fun that is associated with music. Of course, TikTok has also found itself in several scandals. In December 2019, the U.S. State Department, in collaboration with the Department of Homeland Security, banned military personnel from using TikTok on their personal mobile devices. The reason given was the collection of users' personal information by the app's creators. Although the US government presented no concrete evidence of data theft or illegal data processing, TikTok was still fined $6 million for handling personal data of users under the age of 14. A similar situation occurred in India, where authorities listed TikTok among unsafe Chinese apps. Overall, TikTok is the epitome of clip thinking, an endless stream of short, bright musical videos that instantly capture your attention. 15 seconds and a swipe up, 15 seconds and another swipe up. And when you look at the clock, you realize you've been sitting there for over an hour. Social media experts analyzing TikTok have concluded that it is so popular for the following reasons: maximum simplicity, a variety of multimedia tools, light and entertaining content that brings positive emotions, and the ability for anyone to become a star on TikTok. Importantly, TikTok also offers a way to reach a large audience completely for free. On other platforms, viewership is generally only high for creators with many followers. But on TikTok, any video can reach a wide audience, so even a new user who has posted only one video can get 1 million views and 1,000 likes. Zhang Yiming himself doesn't talk much about TikTok's success and believes that his team should continue working hard. Interestingly, the founder of TikTok spent a long time just watching videos, but eventually he started recording his own videos. We decided that all team members should create videos on TikTok and get likes for them. If they don't get enough likes, the employee has to do push-ups, Zhang once said. In mid-June 2020, the Financial Times reported that the White House was considering adding TikTok to a blacklist to prevent the transfer of U.S. citizens' personal data to China. On the July 3, 2020, former U.S. President Donald Trump stated that TikTok would cease operations in the U.S. on September 15, 2020, unless it was bought by Microsoft or another American company. On August 7th, the Senate approved a bill to ban TikTok, and Donald Trump signed an executive order prohibiting any transactions with TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. In August 2020, Microsoft conducted negotiations to purchase TikTok's U.S. segment from ByteDance. Preliminary talks about a potential merger were also held by the American company Twitter. However, Google CEO Sundar Pichai immediately ruled out the possibility of his company buying TikTok. This was a highly desirable acquisition for any new owner, offering great opportunities. Preliminary talks were also held by the American corporation Oracle, which specializes in software development, about acquiring TikTok's operations in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Zhang Yiming valued TikTok's US segment at nearly $30 billion. Although US representatives considered this valuation too high, the deal ultimately went through. On September 13th, ByteDance rejected Microsoft's bid to purchase TikTok's US segment and chose Oracle, in partnership with Walmart, as the buyer. According to media reports, one of Trump's unofficial conditions for the deal was for Oracle and Walmart to contribute $5 billion to a U.S. charitable educational fund. As of today, TikTok has offices in Los Angeles, New York, London, Paris, Moscow, Berlin, Dubai, Tokyo, Jakarta, and Seoul. The app itself has more than 1 billion users from 150 countries. In China, where the app is most popular, 60% of users are between the ages of 25 and 44, while outside of China, 43% of users are over the age of 24. Psychologists say that the average person is deeply immersed in one online platform for no longer than 2 years, after which they want to bring in some variety and switch to something else. As for the Russian-speaking segment, Odnoklassniki has long lost its former popularity, while VKontakte features monotonous content that doesn't evoke much enthusiasm. Facebook is still holding its position, but users are gradually leaving it, and the only platform that remains consistently popular is Instagram. I'm sure that most of the people who watch this video likely don't see themselves as part of the group that finds TikTok interesting or useful. After all, the main hype surrounding TikTok is honestly built on the frivolity of 15-second videos with catchy music, silly dances, incomprehensible flash mobs, and intrusive advertising. Where is the world headed? YouTube educates, enlightens, and entertains. Twitter is used by presidents and leaders. Instagram belongs to celebrities and ordinary people alike. But the truth, friends, is that at 25 years old, we already feel too old and conservative for the youthful TikTok. which is endlessly having fun and laughing uncontrollably in 15-second bursts, billions of times a day. But should we be surprised? Whether unfortunately or fortunately, this is what the world looks like today. As for the founder of TikTok, his net worth is currently estimated at $32 billion, and the company's value at $75 billion. Of course, these numbers are growing every day by at least a few $1,000,000 while you've watched this video. But in general, the story of this internet entrepreneur proves once again that in order to create something big, you don't necessarily need a lot of money. What you need most of all is a good head on your shoulders and an understanding of how to use it properly. Friends, share your opinions. How do you personally feel about TikTok and its creation story? That's all for today. Rate the video, leave your comments, and see you soon. Bye for now.